analysis indicates that the differences once used to define Nanotyrannus match what we would expect in a young tyrannosaur. Juvenile T. rex had longer legs, narrower skulls, and more teeth. As they matured, their skulls thickened, tooth counts decreased, and the overall proportions changed. What looked like a separate species was actually a growth stage. Today, most paleontologists consider Nanotyrannus to be invalid and view the fossils assigned to it as juvenile Tyrannosaurus rex. The name arose primarily because researchers lacked enough juvenile fossils to recognize normal developmental variation. So your premise is correct. The idea of Nanotyrannus was born out of limited data, and as more fossils of young T. rex were found, the need for a separate genus largely disappeared.